All right, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a great day. I just wanted to record this video because it's a subject that I go over a lot with you guys on these one-on-one Zooms that I actually wanted to make a video for the course so you guys can reference back to and understand exactly how I break these categories down, especially if you guys forget what I went over during the one-on-one Zoom. Now you actually have a video to reference back to. So this video is going to be on how to manage your income whenever you make either a dollar, it could be $500, could be $1,000 or $10,000. You're always going to be divvying up your money in the same exact format. Right now, you can change these categories. You can change the percentages of where you put your money when it comes to this, but you need to have a good framework and have a base of the way you want to divvy up your money. And this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you the categories and we're going to go from there. So when it comes to getting income, right, we're going to write income right up here. So you get income, right? Whenever you make, like I said, let's say it's $100, right? You just made $100. So you're going to take that $100. What you want to be able to do is live on 55% of your income, right? And that's just a starting point. Eventually you want to shrink that. You want to get that to 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%, right? When you're living on 10% of your income, you're in a great spot, right? And that's what we're all working towards as entrepreneurs and traders. So let's say you start out with 55% of your income. So 55%. All right, so 55% of your income is going to go towards bills. That can be a main checking account. And also, you're going to be opening up multiple savings accounts inside your online banking or whatever banking you use. You want to open up multiple savings accounts in there so you could be putting your money into these different accounts, right? 55% of your bill or your income is going towards bills. You now have 10%. And again, you can change these categories if you'd like, but you're going to have 10% now going towards investing. Now, that could be going into your trading account. It could go into your future real estate deal that you want to be purchasing. It could go into, let's say, an e-commerce store that you want to be opening up once you master Forex, right? Once you mastered your main thing, your main business, then you can start moving on to other things. So what is that going to be? I would suggest you guys make this your trading account. Investing into your trading account and focusing on one thing right now and mastering this one thing. And then eventually you can take those funds that you make from your profits and put that into, another investment. That's the recipe right there for success right there. You're not going into different businesses all at the same time. You're focusing on one thing and then you're branching off from that. And that could be a different video, but the next 10%, is going to be an emergency account. Super, super important. You want to have 3 to 6 months of whatever income you make every single month in this account. So 10% of whatever that 45% from your bills, the rest of that 45% is going into that emergency account. So 10% going right into there, right? Another one. Now, I know you guys all have your goals, your materialistic goals. Some of you, when it comes to trading, you guys want to get your supercar and all that stuff. Now, give me 1 second. Apologize. I have OCD when it comes to this. Okay, so long-term savings. It's going to be a house. It's going to be a car. It's going to be something that like you're working towards, that it's like, okay, I've been working towards this for a long time. Just like you're a kid, right? I remember when I was a kid younger, I was saving up forever. I was in like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. It took me a couple of years to do this, but all my chore money, all the money that I was making back then, I also had a car detailing business when I was a little kid too. So basically just cleaning cars. It wasn't a detail. It was just like a clean car, but I called it detailing. I was saving that money up so that I could buy my first big screen TV. I couldn't wait to do that, right? So you guys as adults, you need something that's going to drive you every single day. Now that could be materialistic. You're going to find that a lot of materialistic stuff doesn't bring you that happiness, or it's not what it once was before you had money. But at the same time, it's good for you right now to be saving up for something like that, right? So you have 55%, now you have 65% done, 75%, 85%. Now you got another 10% and another 5%. We're going to get into that right now. So another 10% can be going towards paying off debt. I'm sure a lot of you guys have student loans. You guys have credit card payments because you weren't financially disciplined. You guys weren't doing this right before. You guys weren't doing all this stuff before you ended up, or before you found this, right? You weren't divvying your money up into these different categories over here because you would make money, you would get your paycheck, and then you would just go pay off your bills right away before paying yourself off. Right. So you want to be able to divvy your income up in the same exact way with the same exact percentages. Now, this is debt. You want to be able to pay your debt off as soon as possible. Now, when it comes to that, more specifically, you want to be paying that debt off and you want to find out, let's say it's credit cards, find out whatever the APR is. What's the highest APR credit card that I have to pay right now? Whatever balance that I have, hopefully you don't have any credit card balances, right? You're paying your credit card off every single month. Whatever one has the highest APR, whether it's 29%, whether it's 15%, whatever the highest one is, pay that one off first. All right. So make sure you're focusing on that and going forward with that. Also, another thing with debt, and I could teach you guys a lot about credit cards and the way to use them, how to use them for business, all that good stuff. But when it comes to debt, you never want to spend money on a credit card that you can't afford to pay off right away. So what you could do, and very smart thing to do when it comes to building points and building trust with your credit card companies and these banks, is to be paying your credit card off as soon as you use it. So let's say you have a zero balance on your American Express. You go to the store, you spend $80 on groceries, and then as soon as you leave that store, you go right to your American Express app, you pay that off right away, right? That is going to build trust with yourself. It's going to build trust with the bank, and you're never going to have that balance on there, and you're never going to be a slave to that credit card. All right. Now, the final category over here, I want you guys to focus on, which is 5%, is going to be a play account, right? So this account right here is, you guys all have goals as far as where you want to be in life, right? So you have that goal. Most of you have that financial freedom goal where you don't have to worry about money. All your bills are taken care of by your business, right? And you can spend your time the way you want to. Now, a lot of us as entrepreneurs, especially in the beginning, especially if you didn't come from much, you have that certain like belief holding you back, where you don't believe you're going to be making the money that you could be. And I think that's holding a lot of people back a lot more than they actually think it is. Right. So if you really just think about that, is that happening to me? Ask yourself that. And if it is, you need to be able to believe it. And one way is to believe it. I know it sounds crazy, but you go to a car dealership and you go test drive that Ferrari. You go test drive whatever car that you want. But with this play account right here, I want you guys to save this up, whether you do it twice or once in a month. I want you to go out and spend this account like you have all the money in the world. You want to blow through this account. You do not want this carrying over into the next month. You want, and the idea is for this 5% to be bigger every single month, right? It gradually gets bigger every single month. Now, I want you to go out, you take your girl out, you take your boyfriend out, you do whatever it is, and you take them out and embrace what it's like to just blow money and not care about it. Blow right through that account. Trust me, you're going to start to feel where you're going to go out to dinner, going to go buy drinks, going to go do whatever it is that you like to do, but you're just not going to be worrying about money. And that could be going to the store and just blowing this whole account on, a shopping spree or something like that, whatever you want to do. But just as long as you believe that you're going to be making this kind of money, and where you won't have to worry about money, you won't have to worry about bills, you won't have to worry about any of this stuff. And it happens quick, right? There's going to be a time where like you're really working at your craft right now. You're really trying to get as good as you possibly can at trading. And there's going to be that time where it's like you're really struggling and everything's not too clear. You keep putting the work in, then all of a sudden everything starts to slowly switch, starts to turn a little bit, and you start to feel it. You start to feel some confidence too, right? And then all of a sudden everything just clicks and everything turns around, where you go from having the weight of the world on your shoulders to now, okay, now I can breathe a little bit. I'm not thinking about money too much, right? So I want you guys to be focusing on this right here. This is, your holy grail as far as managing your money and getting yourself in a better situation financially, where you can now breathe, right? Once you get a couple months of income in this emergency account, don't you think that this is going to give you some breathing room, right? Or once you get like, a good amount in this investing account right now, and you could start, putting that into your trading account, whether you're on demo right now or, you're only trading with like $1,000. Now you got like 5,000 that you can invest into that and start compounding that, right? So, again, this is your ticket to financial freedom. It doesn't happen overnight. This is going to take a while, especially if you don't make too much right now. But again, the idea is to be able to pay off your bills, be able to use 55% of your income to pay off bills. And eventually it gets smaller than that, right? It gets to 45, 35, 25, 10, right? Now, if you can't pay, if this is more, if this is a bigger percentage, the idea is to find another source of income to now be able to do this, right? To be able to get your bills to 55% of your income. And for most of you that are watching this, you guys are traders. So that is your ticket, right? Being able to, pay off bills one at a time. Like, 1 week you make like 5% on your account for that week. It's like, okay, what bill can that pay off? Right. And eventually it just gets to the point where you're financially independent based on your trading and from your trading. All right. So I want you to review this, come up with different percentages if you'd like. Like this could be 15%, right? And you can lower, like if you don't have to pay off too much debt, you can lower this number to 5%. You could play around with this, especially if like you could cut this down a little bit more too. Right? If this is actually 45, 50 or 45, 40, 35% that you're only living on 35%, maybe you still live with your parents, right? You can start increasing these categories right here so that you can pay off some of these a little bit more, right? So just again, like I said, if you have any questions on this, please let me know. But this is going to put you on the right path to financial freedom, no matter how much you're making. Right? If you're following this, you could be making more than somebody that makes 200 grand a year because you know how to save and divvy up into these accounts. So again, if you have any questions about this, please let me know and I will definitely be able to help you. And I look forward to doing so as well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you soon.